with things like AWS AMIs or something, you can basically go and create these images that you can spin up and reuse continuously, which is really nice. It's easy. It means you can basically get off the ground running a lot faster. But in that same way, now there's like 50 tools to do the exact same thing. So which one do you go and use? Do you use one that's found on GitHub or one that's found in GitLab? Very, very similar functionalities, but they do things just slightly differently. One will find, a certain security finding, the other one won't. One will bypass your firewall in one way and the other one won't, and whatnot. So the short answer is, I guess, it's up to personal preference. It's what you really actually want to get out of it. Sometimes it's also down to experimentation. A lot of these companies, like your Akamai's, your Fastly's, all these companies will actually find these tools and then adapt their firewall to go and block them. So it's also up to those tool developers to continuously keep contributing, growing, and improving. And that's how you know that you have a tool that you're going to be sticking with for the long run and updating and continuously using.
I think the category that we pioneered and this idea of let's flatten the world out and democratize collaborative contribution to solving this problem, that's its own solution, and obviously that's grown a ton over the past 12 years. But the other thing that's happened is the security industry itself has grown a ton in the past 12 years. People didn't care about security in general a decade ago in the way that they do today. So folks using stuff like Bugcrowd to actually basically take their career to the next step, whatever that next step might be. It might be a cold start, or they might be progressing and trying to get into something else, or whatever it is. I think the general opportunity that exists in cybersecurity is huge and only going to grow. And I do think it's really important that we engage the next generation as well. I'd say a lot that the older I get, the better I was from a technical hacking standpoint. And I do think that as technology evolves, there's generations that are native to that technology that are just intuitively better at breaking into it. So I watch stuff that 14 and 15-year-olds do at this point in time, and I kind of get it, but I'll never be native to it in the way that they are. In the same way that they don't understand the plumbing of the internet in the way that I do, as someone who kind of cut their teeth in the 80s and 90s, right? So I think this whole idea of maintaining that fresh talent pool and fresh set of perspectives, I think that's really important, something that we want to dig into.